Jamaica. Our young people are world leaders, innovators, and game changers. They are creative, intelligent, bold, and they are champions. My youths, you have the power to transform Jamaica. Our country needs your ideas, your opinions, your solutions, and your support. Full time now, we kick out crime and violence, rape culture, unemployment, and all of the other problems in Jamaica land we love. I'm Empress Golding, encouraging all young people to come make we talk up, radio. Go on with it, youths. Talk up, youth. Myself a talk up, youth.
And so we come to know these youths and know these youths. Talk up yourself, the youths to know them roots. Nurture them, protect and love and hear these youths. Music make them know I love we show these youths.
Let's save the youth, not kill the youth. A bill we come for build the youth. Stop trick and fool and kill the youth. A bill we come for build the youth. Empower and them skill the youth. A bill we come for build the youth. Youth in action, Jamaica. We are
Kill the youths them.
about youth in Jamaica.
In life, in life, like royalty, hey. If I ever make it in a life, you are gonna be living like royalty. So me have to say the thing alright. Never ever have to think twice, no way. If I ever make it in a life, you are gonna be living like royalty. So me have to say the thing alright. Never ever have to think twice, no way. Me used to sleep on Stagger Coach. Me used to sleep on Corey Coach. Them and they never left me out. Me used to live at Eddie House. Me never keep me own a key. She keep my used to let me out. Me bring him with me go LA. It's like a him get nominated. Watch the Grammy side of me. Cause how much people can you say would feed you when you're hungry, when you brought them bless you with money? But I have been so fortunate, surrounded by so many people, make sure say me compensating. And them the thing me can't forget. Your daughter and my daughter wants me living, she no happy fret. If I ever make it in a life, you are gonna be living like royalty. So me have to say the thing alright. Never ever have to think twice, no way. If I ever make it in a life, you are gonna be living like royalty. So me have to say the thing alright. Like royalty, hey.
Man, I set it like tree a card. Remember when me get me first under a card. Cartel say clocks up and it did record. Shell the world me first, it record. Call me blessed, them reaping the reward. Make me first meal, I remember when me used to starve. Pull up Irish town Benz in a garage. Pop scholar protege, them can chimney,
New government,
give thanks.
sing it.
You know, every day,
Realest in the world, brother.
we give thanks.
For real.
You spend all that money on your watch. How much time you spend with your son? So much money in the club. How much you spend with the ones you love? The simple things are your blessings. Simple things, them are your blessings, your blessing. Simple things are your blessing. And you don't notice your blessings. You pick it with the shoes by your feet. Now pick and choose the friends where you keep. You now watch where you eat. When last you get a good sleep. The simple things are your blessings. Simple things are your blessing, your blessing. Simple things are your blessing. You better notice your blessing.
Sing it. Simplicity we use to survive. Many find it difficult because them ignorant and I. One alone they get in, I go live another life. Telling them again but I know in another device. Life, no get chance too often. Cut out some of the sadness and invest in a laughing. Time you take a stress, lifetime passing. Tell them say you love them for you see them in a coffin. Let me tell you this, man, I got good days, bad days. You know say you win up. Me with a trade house and car and shed up. Just forget 1 more minute with my brother. So you get up, spend time together. Cherish every second of the day when you're there. Gotta tell you, I had a close one yesterday. You put an angel over me.
The simple things are your blessings. Simple things, them are your blessings, your blessings. Simple things are your blessing. And you don't notice your blessings. The simple things are your blessings. Simple things, them are your blessing, your blessing. Simple things, them are your blessing. You better notice your blessings. We've got life, so let's live. You make the time to chase the paper. When last you say a prayer, we've got life, so let's live. And while you're worshipping your treasure, remember nothing lasts forever. The simple things are your blessings. Simple things are your blessings.
Welcome to the Talk Up Youth Radio Show, the voice of the Jamaican youth, coming to you live right here on the best revolution station in Jamaica, nationwide 90 FM. Whether you're listening to us on the 90.3, the 90.5, the 90.7, and the 90.9 FM band, Digiplay or Flow, we're glad to have you this morning, especially based on the events of the past week. And you are listening to none other than the voice of your boy Malik. And I'm joined by our resident chief producer.
Good morning, Jamaica. This is Damon Scarlett, of course, aka Producer Boss. Here in the studio with Malik today.
And we're here holding it down on the fort to just keep you updated, keep you empowered. Boy, Damien, July starts off very strong.
Very, very strong.
No, like, I'm like saying to myself, it's just like, what, a week?
Just a week, just a little under a week.
Little under a week, and I'm like, July, you come out very strong.
Yeah.
But today, we are the voices of the recap on the hurricane and building back stronger. That's one thing about us as Jamaican people, Jamaican youth. We know how to build back from any crisis, any situation, and build back stronger. Now, did you know that the hurricane season within the Commonwealth Caribbean runs from the months of June to November?
Right.
So 6 months out of our year is the hurricane season.
And anything can happen.
And anything can happen. And we're just at July, month 2, and we're already run out strong.
Wow.
But we'll be discussing so much more in this episode about building back stronger from the hurricane or post-hurricane burial. So in our What Say You segment, we'll have that recap. And we want you to call in. And you know our numbers are 630-9371-74. So that's 71, 72, 73, 74. How has the building back phase been for you since Wednesday? Yeah? Call us and tell us about that in our What Say You segment, as well as we'll be discussing some of the things we have been seeing on social media, what other young people have told us about their experience and how they are building back. Then after that, we will go into our segment discussing how we have been assisting others in their time of need. And so we should be joined by the Yout Mona Guild President Perry Cummings and others discussing how they are on the ground today, reaching out and helping others in need and being their brother's keeper. Then we break for the news at midday, and then after that we're going to be discussing some events that are on the ground, because it's still summer, and even though we're in the build back phase, we still want persons and young people to get engaged and involved in different activities. So we should be calling in and getting someone to discuss with us the girls in ICT summer camp that is actually going on next week.
Right.
So stay with us, stick and stay, don't go away.
So we're here until
1 p.m. and there's so much more for us to discuss. So we're here until 1 p.m. Listen to the Talk Up Youth Radio Show here on radio, or also, of course, how have we not said it so far?
YouTubers, good morning.
Good morning, YouTubers. How are you today? So online at nationwideradiojm.com. That's nationwideradiojm.com. Or get the Nationwide app in your relevant app store. And of course, you can watch us on YouTube at Nationwide 90 FM. So keep it locked into the station you can trust. And let's switch over for a break. This is the Talk Up Youth Radio Show. Talk Up Youth, Miss Steffi.
Talk Up Youth.
We soon come back.
Upgrade your home or business with Cameron Industries and Joinery Limited. Explore a range of termite-resistant plywood, quartz, solid surface, and granite. Experience timeless elegance with our cedar doors, crafted from premium cedar stock, kiln-dried for durability and beauty. For quality and craftsmanship, visit us at the Trade Center Kingston 10 or Hatfield Mandeville. Call 876-963-0628-30. Cameron Industries and Joinery Limited. Transform your space today.
But you hear this? JPS are talk about patience. The hurricane gone already, man.
But know it's frustrating, but them have to follow specific steps before them can restore power without no more problem than with the storm cause. First thing after the storm pass, them have to assess the damage to them system so the rest of the work can be done safely. Then, them fix damage to the power plant and power line them and give back power to the hospital them, police station and other essential service. Only then can JPS move to everybody else.
Fine. Me can admit say that make little sense. But me no know if me can do without TikTok for much longer.
No worry about that. I have a couple sticks love for Gio. Make we play some domino.
JPS, powering what matters.
Live exquisite this year with new arrival black and chrome fixtures for your home at Unique Living. Select from a wide variety of rain shower systems, fabulous faucets, and stylish sinks to suit your kitchen and bathrooms. Get uncompromised quality and style unique to you. Shop everything new at Unique Living, Jamaica's leading shower and faucets provider. Visit shop number 6, 30 Dunrobin Avenue, Kingston 10, or call 876-755-3661 to 2.
Talk of you and talk the truth. I ask the bush that represent talk of youths. Here and nationwide, 90 FM. Every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Bush.
Victory. When you're winning, it's a sweet story. And when you're not, then the war is bitter. You're quick to call me a sinner. Only judge I know my history. So we have to give the king glory. Like a tree planted by the river. I smile with the sun. Can't keep it down, cause we have to overcome.
Sleepless nights under pressure, got a lot on my mind. But would life be without all the struggles of mine? Can't sleep, some steam trees for peace of mind. I can't sleep, but these sweet dreams do ease my mind. I say, what success without a little sacrifice? With every now.
Welcome back to the Talk Up Youth Radio Show, the voice of the Jamaican youth, coming to you live on Nationwide 90 FM. And today we are the voices of building back stronger post-Hurricane Beryl. I mean, that's all that's been on people's minds.
That's it.
Since last week into this week, actually. So, you know, it was quite an interesting day, first and foremost. But, Damon, have you ever experienced a hurricane before?
I have.
How many have you experienced to date?
I've lost track.
Kind of for many young persons, it's like, oh my God, it's my first hurricane.
It's the first hurricane.
What to expect?
Interestingly, last night on the A team, I was talking with a PEP student and her parent, and she was saying, her mom was saying that her daughter was so excited because it was her first hurricane. I guess just to see what's happening
on the outside.
I was like, okay, wow, people are intrigued by these things.
I mean, the first for anything, you're going to be a little excited and mixed reactions.
Yes.
So, you don't expect it until you see it. But what was like the prep like for you? I mean, the days leading up.
Yeah, well, I know for me, I would have started a little bit earlier when, you got
a little bit earlier. Wow, proactivity. I like that.
That's right. But then, by the time you get closer to the day, you still have to go over a few things. Like you wonder if you have enough of this.
Everything.
So I found myself even 2 days before, or even day before, just trying to fine tune some things. What was so surprising for me during that week as well, at the supermarket, I ensure that.
Oh my God!
Listen, supermarkets are opening from 7:00, 7:30, and the lines were
ridiculous. They wrapped around street corners onto the roadway. I mean, there's a positive to that, which means people were taking proactive steps and trying to be prepared. Right. So hats off for that. But geesh, the traffic was like a standstill. Everybody got an early day the day before, and the roads were a mess.
Yeah, and what was interesting also for me, and when I use the word interesting, not in the context to say that I'm excited about a hurricane, but I think for me as well, I had the opportunity to be here with the team at Nationwide, and also to experience how they respond and to deal with the entire hurricane coverage. So from that vantage point, I was like, wow, so this is what really goes on. You're just seeing the team rallying together, the reporters out, and the production team that's working hard
to keep people aware of what's happening.
Right.
And I think, as you said, maybe it wasn't your first hurricane. I mean, for me, I can remember most vividly Ivan. But it's just to see as well how technology and communication has evolved so rapidly, even since Ivan to today, as the most significant one. I mean, we had Dorian and some other little ones between that, but I think what is so important is that communication, especially responsible communication, keeps us aware of what is happening on the ground. And I mean, we have to say hats off to all the reporters, the different media houses you know, also put their lives at risk to keep us updated and informed as to what is going on.
Yeah, man, because it's not easy being out there.
Exactly.
With that heavy wind and the
rain. And the flood waters coming
roads
in.
being blocked, and, you know, you have to be out there reporting. So, again, you know, hats off to our team and, as you said, to all media houses. But as you know, coming out of this whole post-burial experience, you know, we...
But you're gone post already. We were discussing pre what was happening now in it. So, big up to all the people who did have light and water during the storm. Because, I don't know, for us who did not, it was an experience and a half. Because as they're saying, please, at least let there be wind. Where I was, I never got much wind.
Right.
Because as they're saying, is the hurricane even still coming? Because I didn't see rain, I just saw rain. But for others, the wind was winding.
No, but that is true. But listen, at about 12 o'clock, 12:30, we were wondering, where is Beryl?
Because, you know, it said it would make landfall at 1 a.m. Obviously, we heard the rain outside. But you know, this is us in the corporate areas experiences. But then, again, when you look at social media and what was happening south of the island, especially in the southwestern belt, you know, St. Elizabeth, Manchester, Clarendon, you know, our sympathies really go out to all of those persons who have been affected greatly by this hurricane.
Right, and you know, as you said that, you know, where I was heading with the post is that through the Hurricane Beryl, now we see through social media a lot of our citizens, our constituents, that they can put it that way, that they are really crying out to our utilities companies and I know we throughout the station here at Nationwide, we have been following up with them for the week and Flow Digital
and to be fair to them as well, they have also, I would say, been trying to communicate via their social media as well to keep persons updated. And of course, you know, everybody's in inconvenience. Again, Jamaicans, we take nothing seriously sometimes. You saw some of the memes, some of the jokes on social media. You know, hey, the mosquitoes are in my ears. Can you come for me now, JPS?
Right.
You know, things like that.
People I know wondering, is like, so is what me do so? What my community do so?
Yeah, why me must suffer and be the last too?
You know?
But we also must commend and say hats off to our utility companies who are trying to also help us in building back stronger, and restore us to the state of normalcy post the hurricane. But yeah, trust me, seeing some of the footage and some of the posts on social media, especially for communities that were severely impacted, was kind of really scary. Especially because, you know, you heard the weather reports indicating that same southwestern belt, Clarendon, Manchester, St. Elizabeth, would have been closest to the hurricane. Because, again, you may be in your little bubble somewhere else and not experience what they experienced, but it was some serious wind and some serious flooding.
It was.
And I think it even opened up a debate I'm seeing, and I'm sure you've seen it as well in some of the memes or on social media, about persons' sensitivities.
Yes.
To what many persons were experiencing, especially in those regions of focus. Because I remember a big war now going on X, you know, even on Instagram, where I don't know if you saw that post, the lady was on the rooftop.
We were
trying to
about
protect her zinc, and you know, there were very, very mixed reactions. Some even found it hilarious, and I'm like, you don't know this lady's reality.
That's right.
I mean, desperate times sometimes call for desperate measures. We're not saying it's the safest thing that she did, but maybe because she's experienced things like these before, why she decided to take that drastic step.
You know, and in the context of when we talk about hurricanes and even climate change, one of the things that we were even discussing last evening was the human and the social impact.
Yes.
Right, and one of that is that you look at the social inequality, people who come from low income families, households, and then not only that, just the overall economic losses that would have been there.
I think I saw something that said, I think it was the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries, John Floyd Green. I think he posted something on social media that was saying that based on the damage, based on his preliminary assessment so far in St. Elizabeth, remember St. Elizabeth is the breadbasket parish.
Right. And so that this conversation on food security, you know.
You see, so going through a hurricane, there are so many other linkages and topics for discussion. Because I think it was even him or somebody else on one of the pages that was saying, you know, at least 17% of the nation's agricultural produce comes from that one parish.
Yeah.
That's still significant. It might just sound like 17, but one place giving you all of that is very, very significant. Right. So, again, our sympathies we extend to all those people who have suffered losses, especially in the agriculture sector. Mm-hmm. But again, because we are such a resilient people, that's one thing I think locally, regionally, and internationally, why you have to just always proud to be a Jamaican is we're resilient.
That is true.
No, it baffles me sometimes, and because I've lived overseas or I've been overseas and see how people deal with different situations. We are, hats off, a cut above the rest as Jamaicans.
We are. And one of the things that Dana Lynn mentioned recently.
Dana Lynn Swebe, who is also one of our team members.
That's right. And, heavily involved in climate change.
Yes,
as she was talking about the whole matter of, the resilience and making reference to, the government making plans to provide funds to, the recovery and the relief plans. But then she noted that even whatever funds are there, it's still not enough or sufficient when you look at the overall economic bill, the bill that will come to.
That would be incredible,
right? Right? And, seeking help from maybe international partners and so on. So it's the conversation and the reality is not just, my house just blow down.
A one-time thing based on just what happened on Wednesday.
Right.
But it's a larger conversation that we have to have and must have. And I think because as a society, generally, we can be so reactive, we have to continue, even through our platform here where, we're very big on the sustainable development goals and promoting, climate resilience as one of the goals. We have to keep it as part of the conversation going forward. But we have to take a break because there's just so much to discuss, as you realize, on this topic. So stick and stay. Don't go away. When we come back from the break, we'll wrap up the segment on, how have we been a resilient people and dealt with post-Hurricane Beryl. This is the Talk Up Youth Radio Show, the voice of the Jamaican youth. And today we are the voices of the resilient people and youth of Jamaica post-Hurricane Beryl. Talk Up Youth, Mr. F. Talk Up Youth. We'll soon come back.
It's my day to do anything I want to. It's my time, and I'll use it any way I want to. It's my life, and I'm responsible for every action. It's all mine, my day, my time, my life.
At Fontana Pharmacy, we have a wide variety of items in store just for you. Fill your prescriptions while you shop. And senior citizens enjoy 10% off. Shop household, cosmetics, toys, and many other departments. We also offer curbside pickup and delivery. Visit our website at fontanapharmacy.com. Fontana Pharmacy, where it's all good inside.
Good health starts with proper hydration. Hydrate your body with Hydrate. Hydrate is purified natural water from rocks 110 feet below the ground. You have never tasted water so great, yet so affordable. Yes, taste and experience it for yourself. Water at its best. Hydrate. Available also as purified alkaline water and ultra-purified distilled water. Bottled by LLNSCS Limited, a subsidiary of Max Pharmaceuticals. Call 876-983-6466.
But you hear this? JP's a talk about patience. The hurricane gone already, man.
But know it frustrating, but them have to follow specific steps before them can restore power without no more problem than what the storm caused. First thing after the storm pass, them have to assess the damage to them system so the rest of the work can be done safely. Then, them fix damage to the power plant and power line them and give back power to the hospital them, police station and other essential service. Only then can JPS move to everybody else.
Fine. Me can admit say that make little sense. But me don't know if me can do without TikTok for much longer.
No worry about that. I have a couple sticks love for you. Make we play some domino.
JPS, powering what matters.
Protect all your night. Your love surround me. Pagans can't go round me. Love surround me. In a water they want to drown me. Love surround me.
This is Nikisha Band representing the Talk Up Radio, a Talk Up Youth production held every Saturday 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Talk Up Youth, Mr. Talk Up Youth.
Water they want to drown me, yeah. Your love surround me like a mountain. As one door close, another open. Father God tell me some golden. That talent are not stolen. She say I evil them a bring round, but I God give me everything though. Yeah, him inspire me to sing so. Can't catch me by no swim round. Jah love surround me, bacon can't go round me. Love surround me, in a water them want fi drown me. Love surround me, bacon can't go round me. Love surround me.
Welcome back to the Talk Up Youth Radio Show, the voice of the Jamaican youth. And today we are the voices of the resilient people building back stronger post-Hurricane Beryl. And you are listening to none other than the voices of your boys, Malik and...
Damon.
Look how much Damon we have on this show, sir.
Damon's credit.
Thank you, producer boss.
Yeah.
Yes, producer boss. And you know, it is I can't even say nice sunny day as I usually say. It is an overcast day, a little wet, a little humid on the outside.
So this weekend is we're going to experience some showers.
Some more showers. You know, we were just discussing earlier that it is the hurricane season, June to November, and July has started out very strong. But before the break, we were discussing, you know, pre-burial, during burial, and we were wrapping up before the break. I'm going to wrap up now, post-burial.
Yes.
And speaking about how resilient a people we are.
Right, so and helping, in terms of that resilience as well, is that one of the things you realize is that apart from waiting on help. So apart from waiting on the leaders to start the initiative, if you're in your community and the roadblock, start. Because you need to get access to do what you're doing. So, I mean, rather than just wait, now is the time to rally around.
And I mean, people have been. So just like how they were proactive with, you know, prep, the hurricane, I like the proactivity. And again, when you look at social media, there are so many heartwarming posts. For example, there's a hotel where even the guests were helping with the cleanup.
Right.
I saw that. You know, I saw even in Montego Bay, the mayor of Montego Bay and his safety and security team were on the ground as well, starting with, you know, chopping away and clearing the debris of the roads, because roads leads to communication as well.
Yes.
And so that's very important. And as you're saying, not waiting on the leaders alone to start the process, but we in our communities. And even seeing now as well, many of our youth leaders and influencers out and about. I saw Shensi yesterday and Ramesh already preparing care packages to take down to St. Elizabeth this morning. And so, you know, we want to say hats off to all of those persons who have responded innately within themselves. I mean, nobody have to tell them to go do it, to be their brother's keeper.
And I know, and just before we get to our guests here, as we talk about now the relief side of things, you know, we were talking about resilience and young people being resilient, and I just saw a video as I was showing you during the break.
Yes.
Of a man dressed up in the Jamaica cape, which he's not supposed to do, but he's in the Jamaican with the Jamaican flag as his cape, and he's out there as a superhero in the middle of the storm, clearing debris. So I guess there is good and there's good.
There is, you know, and so as part of these relief efforts we know that the Uimona Guild of Students has been rallying together to also to extend, my apologies, a helping hand to others in need, especially at this challenging time, and started a Hurricane Beryl relief appeal, accepting donations to assist and provide relief to their students and their families. And this is being led by the External Affairs Committee in trying to bring relief to persons who have been severely impacted. And this morning, I believe, where are they going?
Right, so the team of them should be on their way, if not they're already in the parish of St. Elizabeth, just looking around, doing their assessment and, you know, seeing how they can move further in terms of giving assistance. I know this morning we're going to be joined now by the UA Mona Guild president,
Perry
Cummins Jr. And good morning, Perry.
Good morning, one and all. Good morning.
Yes, you're speaking with Damon and Malik this morning.
Okay, Damon and Malik. Blessings, man. Oh, Lord. Blessings.
Hi, Perry. How are you doing post the storm?
I am well. You know, I have to give thanks. It's not as bad in Kingston, where some of our Pelicans had to remain, because not everyone had that safe haven to go back home to. So some students stay. Of course, we had regional and international students. So I had to be here with them throughout the storm.
What was your response like, first and foremost, Guild President, on campus with those students?
You had some students who were very fearful with the news tracking the Hurricane Beryl. Some students were a bit worried as to what may have happened on campus. So we had to, first of all, try our best to lend emotional support to those on campus, trying to ensure that they communicate with the parents before the hurricane and everything, just to get them settled. We had to transfer some students from certain clusters and towers to more safer spaces as well. So just to get everybody together, because it would be now a few of us on hall.
Right.
So we try to get, not to prevent the scattering of the students, but to have them one place on different halls. But, through it all, I believe, students were very, well in the sense that even though they were afraid, I think they really and truly gave support in just cooperating.
Right. So you had that support. So we see now that your guild, through the External Affairs Committee, has started this appeal. I mean, I don't even think I need to ask what led to you wanting to do this appeal, but tell us a little bit more about the Hurricane Beryl Relief Appeal.
All right, yes, man. Originally, Ramon, where the idea really started, I was thinking about Monroe College and the Manning School.
Right.
When I saw the pictures, and I said, my God, these schools were heavily affected by the hurricane. And then, as you'd know, a lot of the students from Monroe and the Manning School, they tend to become Pelicans here or already Pelicans here. So we were trying our best to see how we could impact those specific institutions.
Yes.
But then I communicated with the EAC committee, and they said, hey, let us expand it and see how we could impact the families of our students who may have been affected and the communities in general. So as Damien have mentioned, a team, I just spoke to the EAC via WhatsApp because he's Trini, so he doesn't have a straight line like that. But he texted me and he let me know that they're on their way to St. Elizabeth. But of course, it was just the thought, Ramon, of how students and their families may have been affected in these parishes. So we started this drive in light of that.
What has been the response been like so far to the drive?
So far, we've been getting text messages, we've been getting phone calls. The drop-off for physical donations is at the UWI Students Union.
Yes.
There is actually a GoFundMe out as well. We want persons to donate via money transfer if we're able to do so.
Right.
So it's something that we're really taking seriously. We won't take it lightly that persons are not affected. We do see the aftermath of the hurricane, so we want to chime in as best as possible with all the different entities that have been trying to give back. We, the Guild, UWI Guild, want to give back as well.
All right, lot of that, Perry, and I know Malik, UWI, Mona, Gill are not the only ones who are
on the ground
doing this kind of initiative. But for the purpose of this hurricane relief activity, I know you are accepting donation in terms of linens and food items, hygiene products, and bottled water, and as you said, cash donations. For the team though, Perry, do you see this as an activity in terms of having a relief program going forward, not just only when there is a natural disaster? What are some of the plans for that?
Yes, Damien, I actually spoke to the Guild treasurer. I believe it was yesterday, because we have some meetings coming up, regarding budgeting for our own Guild councillors.
Right.
But I also raised the concern of having something in place just in case something like this should happen. I believe it's very important that we have some reserves in the kitty, so to speak, that if something like this should happen again, it's not just happening out of thin air, but we already have things in place to actually assist students from our own resources.
Right.
So thankfully, through the OSS&D, Grace Kennedy, that arm of it led by Sir J. Boswell, former Guild President, and Pelican, he would have assisted not just UWI but also UTEC in preparing care packages for the students. So some of our students benefited from care packages as well. We as the Guild want to have that type of resource as well. So peradventure something don't come through for us, we're not sitting ducks, but we're able to actually help.
Respond.
Yeah.
Yes. As you were talking just now, Perry, I heard from your team member actually talking to us now that they are in transit, as you'd have said, almost there in Saint Elizabeth, and they're going to definitely see what can be done today, as well as interacting with the persons in the communities, and hopefully later today in the afternoon we'll get an opportunity to speak with them while they're on the ground in St. Elizabeth.
Yes, man, that's very good.
So I know you spoke about, Perry, the appeal and requesting donations. So is it that there has been a cutoff, or is the donation period still going? What can we tell our listeners about the appeal so far?
It is still going. It is still going. There is not necessarily a cutoff point. As you have mentioned, we still want to have this as ongoing as possible. So, persons who are tuning in, you can always go on the UWIMONA Instagram page. Yes. One of our latest posts is there with the GoFundMe link. You can always make use of it. So it's something that is ongoing. We only just rolled this out yesterday.
Right.
So it's very, very early in this initiative. So all who can support, please do so.
And we're seeing as well, based on the flyer, that you can look at your general UWIMONA Guild Instagram page or the UWIMONA Guild EAC Instagram page. Or
yes.
You can also contact the Guild External Affairs Chair at info.monaguildeac@gmail.com. That's info.monaguildeac, which stands for External Affairs Committee, at gmail.com. We just want to say again, thank you so much, Perry, to you and your team for responding to the call. Just seeing the need and springing into action in terms of helping and being our brother's keeper and being your fellow Pelicans and their families' keeper in this time of need.
Man, thank you so very much, man.
All right, all the best to you there, Perry, and we will continue to monitor. And as I said, that a little later on in the afternoon, we'll check in with
their EAC
team over there in St. Elizabeth. We're going to take a break just now, and when we come back, we're going to be speaking with another youth rep, part of our team as well, out there today on the ground and distributing some care packages and ensuring that the families are doing well. This is the Talk Up Youth Radio Show, the voice of the Jamaican youth. We'll be right back after this. Talk Up Youth, myself, eh?
Talk Up Youth.
Well, higher men, the higher king, can violate, next summer sing, I can violate, yeah, greater David.
Talk about patience. The hurricane gone already, man.
But know it frustrating, but them have to follow specific steps before them can restore power without no more problem than what the storm caused. First thing after the storm pass, them have to assess the damage to them system so the rest of the work can be done safely. Then them fix damage to the power plant and power line them and give back power to the hospital them, police station and other essential service. Only then can JPS move to everybody else.
Fine, me can admit say that make little sense. But me don't know if me can do without TikTok for much longer.
No worry about that. I have a couple sticks love for Gio. Make we play some domino.
JPS, powering what matters.
Live exquisite this year with new arrival black and chrome fixtures for your home at Unique Living. Select from a wide variety of rain shower systems, fabulous faucets, and stylish sinks to suit your kitchen and bathrooms. Get uncompromised quality and style unique to you. Shop everything new at Unique Living, Jamaica's leading shower and faucets provider. Visit shop number 6, 30 Dunrobin Avenue, Kingston 10, or call 876-755-3661 to 2.
They can't keep a good man down. Always keep a smile when they want me to frown. Keep the vibes and I stood my ground. They will never ever take my crown. Oh, Jah bless, I say no man curse. Things getting better when they thought it would be worse. Here comes the officers asking for a search. They found no weapon, just only a draw first. But I'm so solid as a rock, they just can't stop me now. Even when they set their traps, they just can't stop me now. People will say this and that, they just can't stop me now. Even when they set up roadblocks, they just can't stop me now. When they come with their evil assault, I just listen whenever they talk. I used to light into my dog. He cut and clear all my fault. They fight me without a cause, trying to make my life so hard. The King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, give it all reward. I'm so solid as a rock, they just can't stop me now. Even when they set their traps.
Welcome back to the Talk of Your Radio Show, the voice of the Jamaican youth.
And today we are the voices of those resilient people on the ground building back stronger post-Hurricane Beryl. And we've been having such a very interesting discussion about, these post-relief efforts and how persons are just responding to the call, putting the rubber to the road and getting it done to help those in need. So before the break, we were discussing with Perry Cummings, Guild President at the UEMONA, how their efforts through their External Affairs Chairperson and Committee there on the ground now in St. Elizabeth, or in transit to St. Elizabeth, to try and give out some care packages and also help on the ground those who were severely affected by Hurricane Beryl. And now we'll be joined by Akeem Brown, Youth Vice Chairman of the Greenwich Town Youths in Action, who is also on the ground today assisting. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Akeem. How are you today?
I am fine, thank you, and I hope you are doing the same.
Yes. We're doing all right. All right, so Akeem, as was just mentioned, Vice Chairman of the Greenwich Town Youth in Action. What's happening in that region today? And just from your observation through Hurricane Beryl, what have you been seeing? How are the persons on the ground?
Well, on my observation through Hurricane Beryl, it has been bad in some areas and it's not so bad in some other areas. So we are just been going around and seeing where we can render some assistance to those who we can through giving out care packages, helping persons, putting back their houses together, right. Fixing house tops, all of that, cutting down trees and so on and so forth.
All right. So, what is the support like? With do you have other persons on the ground with you today?
Yes, we have a very strong support from our Member of Parliament and our Councillor Carl Blake and Member of Parliament Dr. Angela Brownberg.
All right, that's good. So we see Mali then, our leaders are out
as well today and assisting. So tell us a little bit about the work of the Greenwich Town Youth in Action generally.
The Greenwich Town Youth in Action Club has been around for 4 years now. Okay. We have been championing the call to help young people find a true purpose of themselves within the inner city through sports and entertainment and many other aspects in which they find interesting.
So holistic or full development. So tell me, I know that those are your specific areas. When you heard about the coming of this hurricane to the country, what was the response like amongst your members?
Well, the coming of Hurricane Beryl, some persons were saying, it now come because over the years, then there was a storm come and people prepare and them people spend up their money and all of that and the storm will come. So some persons prepared, some didn't prepare, some persons take it serious, some didn't take it serious. So when we hear of it coming, I was going around personally helping persons putting things together for some of the old people that lives in yards that is low line areas.
We call them seniors.
Help them move to higher grounds and so on and so forth.
Yes.
Yes. That is really good. And what I liked about what Akeem just said, Malik, is caring for the elderly.
Yes.
Because they're also persons that they willing to pay close attention to, and not only the elderly, but even for persons who are among who are disabled.
Yes.
But those are persons that really need our care and attention as well. And what is so remarkable in hearing that, and if you're hearing some noise on the background, remember that they're on the ground today.
Yes, and assisting.
Yeah, and assisting is that how they respond, right? And that is
all the difference.
That's right.
But Akeem, I'm also curious to hearing from you now today. You told us about what your club does. How has now even the impacts of this hurricane made you really think seriously about going forward and trying to sensitize persons generally about natural disasters that young people need to be aware of and take the necessary precautions? Akeem?
I am not hearing it clearly. Can you?
Oh, I was saying, since the passage of this hurricane now, how has, the Greenwich Town Youth in Action thought about promoting and sensitizing persons generally about natural disasters that may affect our country and how they can be on top of things for any future occurrences?
Well, in that case, now how we can promote the country to be less effective of hurricanes. When persons hear of these hurricane seasons coming up, they should always ensure that they have done proper cleaning and proper disposal of garbages and also and when they have trees in their home, not to cut down the trees, but trim them up a little bit so all falling down the trees don't really damage and cause many other things that shouldn't have been happening.
Right.
And I just want to encourage people overall, just dispose of all garbages properly.
Right.
And if we are doing any changes or anything at home or anywhere else, don't just go dump the trees and the trash in the gullies and all of that, because that is what caused many floodings across the wider Jamaica, not just saying Kingston and St. Andrew.
All right, thank you, Akeem. So giving us that environmental tip and awareness
and
message in terms of how we need to respond as citizens. I want to say thank you so much. I know it's a busy day and you have to continue get back to what you're doing in the Greenwich town area with your Youth in Action group. All the best to you, and thank you for responding and being out there post Hurricane Beryl. All the best to you and your team.
Yeah, man, no problem. Sounds good. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yes. Wow, again, it's just so interesting to hear different perspectives, Damien, about how persons are responding. And again, it just shows us why innately Jamaicans are just resilient people.
And one of the things also I must say, because I wear many hats. So one of the other hats.
Are you going to be preaching now?
Not preaching, but one of the other hats is that the mention of one of the groups in Jamaica that, whether it is a natural disaster or not, in terms of assisting with relief in our nation, is the church.
Yes.
Right? And, when you think about Jamaica umbrella groups of churches, just a church in general, they normally provide avenues for persons to get this kind of help and this kind of relief.
Support.
And not only in food items, but to help them in terms of, maybe building homes and so on. So we just want to say as well that I know churches now would have been doing their assessment to see how they can also help
and be a part of the relief
effort. So we were looking out for that, and for those who have been doing it, we say kudos to them.
And hats off to them. I think what has been a common thread through these two discussions so far with both Perry and Akeem is, apart from resilience, is support.
Yes, right.
Because you heard from even Perry that, you have many non-national students who are here who it may have been their first time experiencing anything like this.
Yes.
Or, because they're displaced
probably
from
want
home,
to go back home.
Immediately, like, send a plane for me. No.
Yes.
But support and community is very important to them. And, even for us as a team, the Talk Up Youth Radio team as well, how our community was so very supportive, checking in. Mama E, Empress Golding was there, checking in on each of us, making sure that, we were all well and safe, pre and post. And, the producer boss himself as well was there checking in with us to make sure as a team, we were all accounted for. Because, Perry said that as well. Because of how scattered the campus is, it's very important that they had them all in one location for accountability purposes. So community and accountability was very important and necessary.
Right. And if you are listening to us, and not even that, persons who might not have had somebody to speak to during that time. And I remember, I think it was Dana Lynn and some other person that have been expressing that they have not yet heard from their family members.
Yes.
Because of the realities, and then because the communication is disconnected right now.
As we're trying
right?
to get it
So
back.
persons have to either try to travel down to their parishes just to see if everything is okay.
Right, yeah.
So for those persons who have not yet heard from your family members, your friends, keep praying, hoping for the best. And I'm hoping that, you'll hear some positive news that
Really,
all
really
is
soon.
well with them.
But it shows again that community, especially in times of disaster and support, is very, very important. But I think we're coming up on that break now.
Yes, a very important break as we make way for the world at noon. It is 11:59, and
50 seconds. So, we're running down, but stick and stay. Don't go away. And after the midday news, we'll continue our discussions on how we are building back stronger as a resilient people post Hurricane Beryl, and hear about some other initiatives that are around.
Right.
This is the Talk Up Youth Radio Show. Talk Up Youth, Miss Effie.
Talk Up Youth. We'll be back.
Yell yard man. Yeah, yard man, don't respect. I man to a yard. I respect and love man to all Jamaica, no matter where in the world. One eye, like I own you. No matter where in this world I go, I am a Jamaican. No birth papers I have to show, cause I am a Jamaican. No matter where in this world I go, I am a Jamaican. No birth papers I have to show, cause I am a Jamaican. I have Jamaican walk.
If it's news, it's got to be Nationwide 90 FM. You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. The time is
12 noon.
It's credible and factual. The world at noon on Nationwide 90 FM.
Good afternoon, I'm Andrew Cannon. Coming up in the world at noon for this Saturday, July 6, 2024. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark says Jamaica is better prepared to financially respond to the needs on the ground following Hurricane Beryl. And almost $1.1 billion needed to repair health facilities impacted by the storm. Mayor of Maypen, Joel Williams, says the impact of Hurricane Beryl on Clarendon is very bad. From the region, Ghana's President Dr. Irfan Ali urges support for the Caribbean from the international community following conversation with new UK Secretary of State for Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Affairs. On the international scene, reformist Masoud Pezeshkian has been elected as Iran's new president. The details after this. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark says Jamaica's pre-financed, multi-layered approach to disaster response will allow the country to react quickly to the needs on the ground following Hurricane Beryl. Dr. Clark contrasts this with past measures which resulted in lengthy delays before Jamaica could access the required funding.
Whether the storm hit Jamaica or not, thank God it did, but there was a sense of calm and a sense of ease because the financing that we would likely need has been arranged. And so our bargaining position has not weakened in any way because, we have already, funds are available. It just depends on the size of the impact. So, as opposed to countries that find themselves in the wake of a disaster when you are at your weakest point, right? If you think about a severe natural disaster, your airports are closed, you have no revenue coming in from tourism, your tax offices are closed, and at that point you want to persuade somebody to lend you money? Well, you know what kind of terms you're likely to get, even from the multilaterals.
The finance minister says while Jamaica is fortunate that Hurricane Beryl did not make landfall, parts of the country suffered significant damage. Dr. Clark says preliminary assessments suggest that the country will have to draw on some or all of the resources available in the first two tiers of the government's strategic multi-layered financial instruments. These are the Contingency Fund and the Natural Disaster Fund, totaling $4.5 billion. Dr. Clark says this approach to disaster risk funding was adopted due to Jamaica's long history of vulnerabilities.
The thinking is that, we have to learn from our experiences, and one of the central lessons over the past 40 or 50 years is that Jamaica has suffered from pronounced levels of economic volatility, of going up and down, and when we go down, it takes much too long to get back. A part of that reason, what explains that in part, is that we haven't had the counter-cyclical measure, the counter-cyclical wherewithal to respond to crises as they occur, and therefore shorten the duration of the down period and quicken recovery.
Dr. Nigel Clark, Minister of Finance and the Public Service. The Ministry of Health and Wellness is estimating that it will cost almost $1.1 billion to repair all the health facilities impacted by Hurricane Beryl. The ministry says a total of 84 incidents of major damage have been reported across the health facilities. These include damage to roofs, doors, ceilings, fencing, and electrical systems. The ministry says most of the damage was done to health facilities in St. Elizabeth. Some facilities in St. Thomas and Kingston and St. Andrew have also reported notable damage. However, the ministry notes that there was considerable damage to the roofs of health facilities in Trelawney, St. Elizabeth, and St. Thomas. Facilities across the Southern Regional Health Authority SRHA remain in emergency mode. The SRHA comprises St. Elizabeth, Clarendon, and Manchester. Sections of the three parishes were ravaged by Hurricane Beryl on Wednesday with heavy rain and strong winds for up to 12 hours. The health ministry says all hospitals across the parishes are offering emergency services only. Minister Tufton knows that the Black River Hospital is on emergency operation only and is dependent on generators for power. The ministry knows that of the 18 health centres in St. Elizabeth, 15 are in operation. In Manchester, 19 of the parish's 23 health centres are open. And up to late Friday afternoon, only 6 of the 32 health centres in Clarendon were up and running. Additionally, the Falmouth and Savannah Mar General Hospitals in Western Jamaica are also currently offering emergency services only. Bad, very bad. That's how the mayor of Maypen, Joel Williams, has described the impact of Hurricane Beryl on the parish of Clarendon. The parish, along with Manchester and St. Elizabeth, took a battering from the outer bands of the powerful hurricane on Wednesday. Mayor Williams is appealing for urgent help for the residents of the parish. Norgay Banton has more in this report.
As the country begins to count the cost of the country's brush with the powerful Category 4 hurricane, Mayor Williams says his parish took a beating.
Badly, extreme. The impact was very bad. We have lost most of our power supply, electricity knocked out, houses lost their roof, businesses seriously damaged. In some of them in the town, a few of them in the town of Maypen, but more so on the southern coastal area of Rocky Point, Portland Cottage. Those areas were hit badly.
Reports indicate the communities in the southern section of the parish were hardest hit. Rocky Point and Portland Cottage experienced significant wind damage and flooding caused by storm surges. Residents of Rocky Point were reportedly forced to take refuge in a concrete market, having refused earlier pleas to evacuate ahead of the hurricane's arrival. Mayor Williams says the road to recovery for the parish will be a long one. He's appealing for immediate assistance to clear blocked roads to allow critical services to reach communities that have been marooned since Wednesday. He's also concerned about the impact the roadblocks are having on commerce.
It's
going to take a lot for recovery. We're presently doing the assessment in the various areas, also in the northern section of the parish, and we are trying to complete those assessments. We can't do anything until those assessments are completed. What we're doing presently, though, is try to do as best as possible to clear those corridors, major corridors that we are important to for commerce, to have them cleared so that we can have vehicular traffic going back and forth.
Nora Gay Banton for Nationwide News.
Senior advisor and strategist in the Ministry of Tourism, Delano Sivright, says the impact of Hurricane Beryl on the sector has not been significant in most tourist sites.
The impact has been relatively challenging for us. We have a lot of visitors on island because of Canadian holidays, the US July 4 holiday. Thankfully, the Ocho Rios to Negril corridor, which is where we get the majority of our visitors, the impact has been not that particularly damaging. We're very concerned about the Treasure Beach area, the Great Bay area, where we have a significant amount of boutique and villa business. And we have communicated to our stakeholders, locally and internationally, that despite the damage to that section of the island, Ocho Rios, Runaway Bay, Montego Bay, Negril, Kingston, and other areas are, for the most part, okay.
Mr. Sivright says challenges being experienced at some of the properties should be resolved with the help of utility companies within the next 2 weeks.
We have challenges now as it relates to telecommunications, water, and electricity. Thankfully, most of our properties have pretty good backup systems, and we hope that with the work of JPS, Flow, Digicel, the National Works Agency, the National Water Commission, and so on, that things will be stabilized in the coming week or two.
Delano Sivright, senior advisor and strategist in the Ministry of Tourism. He was speaking at a media briefing on Friday at the Ministry of Energy and Telecommunications. Prime Minister Andrew Holness is urging the country to be prepared for further storms throughout the Atlantic hurricane season. After a tour of parishes severely affected by the passage of Hurricane Beryl, the Prime Minister says the number of weather events in the region has increased in recent years.
There are other systems developing. Let's keep praying that they don't develop into a hurricane. But it is quite likely that we will have other weather impacts. As I said earlier, we structured our fiscal arrangements to be able to deal with high frequency but low severity weather events. So you would notice that since this administration and even before, we were almost on a 2-year cycle of having severe weather. Now, what we're seeing is that the low frequency, meaning these things are a once in 50-year event, they are now happening once in every 10 years.
Beryl passed just south of the island on Wednesday as a Category 4 storm. While the country was not directly hit by the system, several parishes were severely impacted. St. Elizabeth, Manchester and Clarendon were the parishes hardest hit by Beryl. The storm also downed power lines across the country. The full scope of the damage caused by Beryl and the associated costs are still being assessed, but Prime Minister Holness has sought to assure Jamaicans that the country is in a much better place fiscally and economically to respond to such disasters.
In the past, even with a low severity weather event, it would throw our financial and fiscal affairs into deficit. We would have to go and borrow to recover. When we have managed to make a change in that, and we're not expecting to have to do significant borrowing, all right? So we have created buffers. But for the average Jamaican, this is a point that they would dismiss, it's a point that they would devalue, but not recognizing how profoundly different this administration is in managing the affairs of the country, such that when these events happen, as a citizen, you don't have to worry about new taxes having to be put on or new debt being taken on.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness. According to a release from the JPS, more than 420,000 or 62% of its customers now have electricity as a result of the company's restoration efforts in the 48 hours following the passage of the Category 4 Hurricane Beryl. The company further states that while still in damage assessment mode, it has utilized opportunities to repair and energize sections of the line that had sustained minimal damage. Blaine Jarrett, JPS's Senior Vice President of Energy Delivery, has indicated that over the past 2 days, power was restored to over 184,000 customers in several communities across the island. While we managed to keep the lights on for about 35% of our customers during the hurricane, about 448,000 lost service due to damage to the infrastructure. We are now making every effort to accelerate the restoration of service to those still without, he said. The JPS says the parishes that are targeted for restoration work today are St. Mary, Portland, Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Catherine, St. Thomas, Clarendon, Manchester, Westmoreland and Hanover. Let's now turn to news in the region. Following the appointment of David Lammy as the UK's new Secretary of State for Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Affairs, Guyana's President Dr. Irfan Ali has extended his congratulations and reassurances of the continued strong relations between Guyana and the United Kingdom. In a statement on his official Facebook account, President Ali detailed his conversation with Lammy, who is the son of Guyanese immigrants. I had the pleasure of speaking with the UK's new Foreign Secretary, the Right Honourable David Lammy. I congratulated him and his government and assured him of Guyana's strong friendship and partnership, President Ali said. During the conversation, President Ali addressed critical regional issues, including the recent impact of Hurricane Beryl and the need for international support in the wake of the disaster. Let's now turn to news on the international scene. Reformist Masoud Pezeshkian has been elected as Iran's new president, beating his hardline conservative rival Saeed Jalali. The vote was declared in Dr. Pezeshkian's favor after he secured 53.3% of the more than 30 million votes counted. Mr. Jalil polled at 44.3%. The runoff came after no candidate secured a majority in the first round of the election on the 28th of June, which saw a historically low voter turnout of 40%. Let's now turn to sports because Klay Thompson told fans, "Don't be sad, it's over, be happy it has happened," as he confirmed he's leaving the Golden State Warriors. The 34-year-old shooting guard, who is expected to join the Dallas Mavericks, was selected by the Warriors with the 11th overall pick in the 2011 draft. Thompson went on to help the San Francisco-based team reach the NBA Finals 6 times between 2015 and 2022, winning 4 titles. He was named an All-Star 5 times. And now to recap the top stories making the news at this hour. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark says Jamaica is better prepared to financially respond to the needs on the ground following Hurricane Beryl. And almost $1.1 billion needed to repair health facilities impacted by the storm. And Mayor of Maypen Joel Williams says the impact of Hurricane Beryl on Clarendon is very bad. I'm Andrew Cannon. You can find the news on our website at nationwideradiojm.com and on the Nationwide app available on Google Play and the App Store. News is next at 5 o'clock. However, stay tuned as we go back to Talk Up Youth.
Good health starts with proper hydration. Hydrate your body with Hydrate. Hydrate is purified natural water from rocks 110 feet below the ground. You have never tasted water so great, yet so affordable. Yes, taste and experience it for yourself. Water at its best. Hydrate. Available also as purified alkaline water and ultra-purified distilled water. Bottled by LLNSCS Limited, a subsidiary of Max Pharmaceuticals. Call 876-983-6466.
But you hear this? JPS a talk about patience. The hurricane gone already, man.
But know it frustrating, but them have to follow specific steps before them can restore power without no more problem than with the storm cause. First thing after the storm pass, them have to assess the damage to them system so the rest of the work can be done safely. Then them fix damage to the power plant and power line them and give back power to the hospital them, police station and other essential service. Only then can JPS move to everybody else.
Fine. Me can admit say that make little sense. But me no know if me can do without TikTok for much longer.
No worry about that. I have a couple sticks love for you. Make we play some domino.
JPS, powering what matters.
Guilty. Outperform, outlast. Guilty. With top performance. Guilty. Easy Jackama. Reliable. unstable. Full stop, not comma. We have the expertise for drilling and demolition. We have the power tools for plumbers and electrician. Fancy select tools, free parts and free repairs. Free parts, free repairs. 2 to 3 years. Hilton, available at Delta Supply, 106 Hagley Park Road. Call us at 876-302-61114. Delta Supply, we service what we sell.
Share in the experience at Fontana Pharmacy. We have a wide variety of items in store just for you. Fill your prescriptions while you shop. And senior citizens enjoy 10% off. Shop household, cosmetics, toys, and many other departments. We also offer curbside pickup and delivery. Visit our website at fontanapharmacy.com. Fontana Pharmacy, where it's all good inside.
I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, yeah, yeah. You don't know, sir, praying Christ represent for Talk Up Youth. This and every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Nationwide 90 FM.
Aggressive, resourceful, and we are some loving people. And we don't have no time to invest with self in a evil. Come on, Jamaicans, make we sing along. We are Jamaican, and we are champions. Sweet, sweet Jamaican, that's how we are African. Termina the Gideon. Come on, Jamaicans, make we sing along. We are Jamaican, and we are champions. Sweet, sweet Jamaican, that's how we are African. Together, are we better one? We survive through any pain, and through obstacles we maintain.
Welcome back to the Talk Up Your Radio Show, the voice of the Jamaican youth. And if you are just listening to that song, just know it's from one of our own right here at Nationwide 90 FM, Pepita, giving us her festival song, We Are Jamaicans.
Make we sing along, we are Jamaican, and we are champions. Sweet, sweet Jamaican, Pata, we are African, Fermina the Gideon. Come on, Jamaican.
So, Mr. Damien, we are now shifting gears a little bit. We have been discussing since morning, post-Hurricane Beryl relief efforts and how we're building back stronger.
Yes.
But it's still the summer, and so we want our young people to be engaged and involved and active. And one such opportunity comes from the Girls in Tech Summer Camp.
Wow.
And it's being held at the Uimona Computer Science Building on the 2nd floor. And today we are joined by a very special member of the Girls in Tech Summer Camp. Who is that?
Yes, so we have with us Shay Shuttleton. Good afternoon, Shay.
Good afternoon.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, we're doing good. We're holding on the fort here at the studio.
And safe and dry post the hurricane. So,
Yes.
Shay, you are a member of the summer camp, Girls in Tech?
Yes.
Is this your first year at the Girls in Tech summer camp?
Yes, this is my first year.
And why is it that you wanted to be a part of this summer camp, Shay?
Because the summer camp will teach me how to do coding, which will help me to be an entrepreneur in the future.
Ah, nice. And tell us a little bit more. Do you know what are the dates for the summer camp?
The dates are July the 8th to the 12th.
So that's next week, Monday, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's one full week, July 8th to 12th. And that's at the Uimona Computer Science Building, right?
Right.
Do you see a lot of girls or young women involved in coding? And well, first, what is coding based on what you know?
I cannot tell you a proper definition.
Okay, but it's something to do with IT and computers, right?
Yes, computer sciences.
Do you see a lot of girls in computer sciences that made you want to do it?
No, not really.
So you want to be a trendsetter then?
That's right.
By being involved in coding. So, do you have to bring your computer to go to this training, or they'll provide a computer for you?
You have to have a computer.
And is it just a random question, because I know it's called Girls in Tech. Is it just for girls? From what you know. I think so.
Yes, because one of the things, though, Malik, is that it's helping the younger females in terms of bringing their imagination to life,
Life, right.
and so that they can develop their competitive skills. And as we're talking to Shay, I would have remembered some years ago our former producer, Christina.
Yes.
She would have kind of pushed this whole matter of girls in tech.
And one of our former team members,
Yeah,
Aishiba, is also very
that's right.
involved in girls in ICT and tech as well. So you're excited for this summer camp, Shay?
Yes, I am.
And do you have any friends who are joining you at the camp this year?
No, unfortunately.
But you're going to go and you're going to make new friends because you say you want to be an entrepreneur.
Yes.
And a part of being an entrepreneur is building your network and building your circle, right?
Yes.
Thanks for that. So we see that the Girls in Tech Summer Camp is still on for July 8th to 12th, 2024. That's next week, starting next week, Monday, at the Uemona Computer Science Building on the second floor. And it gives girls the opportunity to learn coding, as Shay mentioned, engaging hands-on training, and develop their own website and get introduced to artificial intelligence or AI. And it runs from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. And each student must take a laptop for the training, as Shay mentioned. And so, guess what? If you want to be involved in this, you can contact 338-1331. That's 338-1331, and registration actually closes tomorrow. So they've extended registration, I think, in light of the storm. So parents who want to get their young ladies involved, or young ladies who are hearing this message and want to get involved in the summer camp, you can call 338-1331. Yes, Damien.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that in the group that would have been putting it on in terms of summer camp adventures with technology and education.
Yes.
And what is also important for this summer camp for girls in tech, full camp fees covered.
So Shay didn't have to pay the registration fee?
No.
Wow, okay.
Full camp fees covered. So Shay is blessed. And all necessary materials and supplies, you'll have that. Plus, Malik,
They have to feed them.
daily lunch
That's
and
okay.
a certificate of completion.
So even after Shay and her friends learns about coding, developing their own website, they're getting a new skill, and they'll also get a certificate of completion. So you should be very excited for this summer camp, right, Shay?
Yes, I am.
So guess what? You have to promise us now. After you go and you finish this week, you have to come and help us build a website for Talk of Youth. What do you say about that? Because you want to be an entrepreneur.
Or to revamp the website.
Or revamp the website. You can promise us that? I'm only kidding. Though.
Yeah, we don't want to hold it just yet.
But what we want is after summer camp, we want to get a little update from you what the experience was like and how much you learned from that. Can you promise us that?
Yes, I can.
We would appreciate. So all the very best. Enjoy your summer camp, and thanks for coming to tell us some more about the experience that you'll be having at the Girls in Tech Summer Camp.
Yes, and before you go, Shay, which school do you go to?
I go to the St. Andrews High School for girls.
Wow.
So big up St. Andrews High School.
Love that. And I just want to put you on the spot. Can you just tell us 4 things that you'd like to encourage somebody who is listening to you today? Just give me 4 things.
Can you repeat, please?
Can you give us 4 things that you'd like to encourage somebody with? Like friends at St. Andrews High School, people in your community?
Any encouragement?
Or any encouragement that you want to leave?
Do not give up on schoolwork because it gets hard. Study, practice, pray to God, and you will get through.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that, Shay.
Okay, thank you so much, Shay, for speaking with us, and all the best at the Girls in Tech Summer Camp. And we're looking forward to great things coming from you. All right?
Thank you for having me.
You
Bye.
are most welcome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Shay. So another initiative that we have seeing lined up for our young people to engage in. So apart from the Girls in Tech Summer Camp, and that should be very exciting. So any young person, any parent who is listening and want to get their girls or their young ladies involved in tech, remember you can call 876-338-1331. That's 876-338-1331. Or you can also register at www.the Skate, not skate by the toll.
No.
SCATE.com. That's this skate, which
Yes.
stands for Summer. How it go again, Damian?
It is
Summer. I can't remember the pronunciation. Summer Camp Adventures with Technology and
That's right.
Education. Skate. Summer Camp Adventures with Technology and Education. So this skate, THESCATE.com.
Yes, and I know you're going to get to the next one. And what is important, though, Malik, again, is this whole matter of STEM education and the advancement of STEM and
science and technology.
And seeing our young girls, our ladies advancing in that, and this conversation about coding. Knowing it's not just for males.
It's
but for everyone.
And you heard Shay say, she wants to learn coding because she wants to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So even from a very tender age, we're seeing our young people getting involved in this. And it even opens up or connects or makes linkages to the other conversation we've been having because with science and technology education, many of the relief efforts that we're seeing post-burial have taken place because of STEM education as well. Another opportunity, because we have outside opportunities, but another opportunity that we can mention is our very own entrepreneur workshop for teens that is slated for August 13th and 14th, 2024. 2 days, no cost. And so our ED Mama E is at it again. Talk Up Youth is with partnership with entrepreneurs across borders hosting a entrepreneur workshop for teens August 13th to 14. And these are teens or tweens ages 12 to 16 and they will be learning so much about building and promoting entrepreneurship within their local communities and how to become economically prosperous. And so there are only 30 spaces available, and these spaces are on a first come, first serve basis. So parents, grab onto this opportunity. This one isn't just for girls. No, this is teens ages 12 to 16 who want to learn how to harness and become entrepreneurs or business young people and be business minded for their success in the future. So if you want more information about this summer camp, you can call 359-3634. That's 359-3634. Or go to www.bizworld.org, that's B-I-Z or Z, world.org, and register your young people who want to be entrepreneurs today.
And what I do know is that these sessions, they're not just for... They have been going on for quite some time.
Yes, because she has them across the island.
Across the island.
So, we have
has
to
been
go
good.
ED Mama E because every time she's always find a way to invest in us as young people. And so these are for the younger young people, 12 to 16, who want to be budding entrepreneurs. 359-3634 or bizworld.org. And
I wonder if I can register.
Free. No, you can't register. You can't register 10 times over. You can't. Let's leave this for them. And so, one big thing about us at the Talk Up Youth Radio Show is we are very big on promoting these opportunities for our young people to thrive, survive, and to grow and to gain skills.
Definitely.
And so throughout the summer, we're going to be trying as best as possible to provide more and more information on opportunities that our young people can grab onto, get a new skill, advance in a new area, or develop a new skill, or strengthen a skill that they have.
Yeah, and as you said that though, I know earlier on we'd have made a reference to our YouTubers who are with us. So just wanted, before we go to the break, just to shout them out. Each and every week they're there. We see David, we see Errol, we see Marigold. So many persons in the YouTube chat there.
Big up all the time to Marigold. She's here with us faithfully every week.
That's awesome. And again, you see the online community as well showcasing their support during this time, and sticking and staying with us right here at Nationwide.
Did they say anything that they want us to big up on the YouTube channel today?
Not seeing that just no, but of course when Marigold is saying that, I hope the young people will definitely access this facility, what we've been sharing,
the
opportunities for
the girls
for
in
them.
ICT or tech, or the tween entrepreneur workshop as well.
Right, yes, definitely. All right, so we're going to leave that there for now. When we come back, we still want to check in with our friends over there in St. Elizabeth, and we're going to get to some social media highlights before we wind out here at 1 o'clock. And one of our team members, he had a a small but a big win this week.
In
And
sports.
we're in sports. And we're going to talk about that when we come back from the break. This is the Talk Up It Radio Show, the voice of the Jamaican youth. We are Jamaicans. We soon come.
We are African, from in the Gideon. Come on, Jamaicans, make we sing along. We are Jamaican, and we are champions. Sweet, sweet Jamaican, Pata, we are African. Together, are we best fun? Don't river falls, so me just can't resist. 7 Mile Beach, where me get my steam fish. Don't in a mobile, me get me.
The following hurricane tip is brought to you by National Safety Limited. Emergency contacts. Keep a list of emergency contacts, including local emergency management offices, hospitals, family members, neighbors, and utility companies. The preceding hurricane tip was brought to you by National Safety Limited. Your safety is our concern. Telephone 876-926-4478.
Good health starts with proper hydration. Hydrate your body with Hydrate. Hydrate is purified natural water from rocks 110 feet below the ground. You have never tasted water so great, yet so affordable. Yes, taste and experience it for yourself. Water at its best. Hydrate. Available also as purified alkaline water and ultra-purified distilled water. Bottled by LLNSCS Limited, a subsidiary of Max Pharmaceuticals. Call 876-983-6466.
The following hurricane tip is brought to you by Isratech Jamaica Limited. Safeguard your home. Secure outdoor items like trash cans, reinforce windows and doors with shutters to prevent damage from high winds and debris. The preceding hurricane tip was brought to you by Isratech Jamaica Limited. Telephone 876-754-5443.
The pressures of your life and it tough. No stay down, mama, time pick it up. No bother with the down, full style, strictly up, full vibes. I pick it up when the bills, them, the rent and the mortgage due. Yeah. When me chalice, when your best friends are gone and it's only you. Yeah. Like a past split, turn up the music. Skanking sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and the rock. Feel a reggae music sweet, yeah. Skanking sweet. Everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and the rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet, yeah. Skanking sweet. For every pain there's a melody, yeah. For every trouble there's a harmony that brings everything together. So make we sing together. And who said life no order? And every man got their struggle. I beg you to help me, Lord, and let me overcome my struggles. Skanking sweet, everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweet, yeah. Skanking sweet, everybody wanna feel like free. Forget your troubles and rock with me. You know feel a reggae music sweetly. Yeah, skanking. Everybody wanna feel Irish, but like troubles in the wrong way. You know, feel a reggae music sweet. Yeah, skanking sweet. So skanking.
You will make a way. You have always made a way, God. Oh, God.
I asked the bush that representing for Talk Up Youths here and nationwide, 90 FM, every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Bush!
Some days low, but I will not give up. No, I won't let go. I know God will make a way for me. Yeah. Oh, I see troubles on the left, troubles on the right. Trusting in you, oh God, I know I'll be alright. I know God will make a way for me. You're the God of the valley, the mountains and the sea. So I will not worry. You will make a way for me. Powerful and mighty, you provide all of my needs. Through the storms I will believe that you will make a way for me. So even if my eyes can't see, deep down I do believe. If you can part the sea for Moses, you can open doors for me. I know, oh yeah, you will make a way for me. Father, you have never once failed me, kept my family. Jesus, fight for me. You are Jehovah Nissi. You will never Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Tear down the walls of Jericho. So I know you will take good care of me. God of the valley, the mountains.
Yes. Good afternoon. Welcome back to the Talk of Youth Radio Show, the voice of the Jamaican youth. It is 20 minutes going up to the hour of 1 p.m. and you are listening to the voice of Damon Scarlett and
Malik
Kelly. And of course, our engineer at this time of the afternoon, he plays that special song from Jermaine
to encourage
Edwards.
and
Of
empower
course.
us, because we have been discussing how we're being resilient
Yes.
people and resilient young people post Hurricane Beryl, and whether you believe it or not, the Lord is making a way.
That's right. He is making a way.
to
And
build
he's
back
making a way for this person that we're about to talk to right now on air. He is a part of the Talk Up Youth family. He's out there in social media doing what social media influencers do.
I mean, he's a whole influencer.
He's
He
a
can
whole
teach me a new thing or
influencer.
two.
And his passion, though, is definitely sports. We are speaking with Daniel Jar. Good afternoon, Daniel.
What's up, everyone? Bless up.
Yes.
Bless up to everybody, and I hope that all of us were not significantly affected by the storm. The listeners, big up on yourself, and thank you guys for having me. What's up?
Every time.
Yeah, man. Daniel, so one of the things, Malik, I'm a tracks person.
We are aware. Once the season starts, Daniel and Damon will be
That's
running
right. So anything with tracks, National Stadium over there. We're not reach
They
a flying
live
out
there.
level yet. But what was so nice was to see Daniel at the National Stadium.
Yes.
Whenever there's a track meet through his platform, Yard Views, and
giving us coverage, giving
That's
us
right.
point by point what's happening on the ground.
Right, so tell us a little bit how you started Yard Views, Daniel. Then we're going to talk about your small
Recent success,
but big win.
Oh, nice. Yadi Views was basically started by myself and Liz Smith, that is legitimate.
Yes.
We just wanted to tell the story of Jamaica, right? So it's not only bounded to sports, but we speak about talents as well. We try to visit Jamaican culture in terms of words that Jamaicans use and many different stuff. But over time, as it evolved a little bit more, and all of us become adults and all of those stuff, it kind of stated that the brand that Yardi views, and therefore I opted to just try to turn it into a more sports-like thing, and also keep that cultural aspect of it as well. So it's basically to humanize athletes and to allow for not only track and field but sports overall in Jamaica, to appeal to persons who are not only die-hearted fans of sports, but persons who just function on a day-to-day. So that's basically what Yardi Views is.
And I mean,
Right.
I'm so appreciative of how you've really said you've pivoted, because I thing about young people is sometimes we have these brilliant ideas, as you say. You start out a certain way, then it gets a little rocky after some time, and you think it just fizzes out. But you have pivoted, or turn it around and zoomed in on something that you are even more passionate about, which is sports, and zooming on it there. But also, I think it's very important, Daniel, that you showcase athletes colloquially off the track.
Yes.
That they are human beings
That's
too.
it.
They go through prep, nervousness, excitement, the connections that they have in terms of their family, their friends, etc. And I think, big ups to you for that and your initiative and what you are doing there.
Yeah, man.
Yes, and so going over now to that big win.
Small but big win.
Small but big win. Daniel had an opportunity to give coverage at
Right.
the recent trials, and you had an opportunity to speak with Lenny Taylor Thomas, and I believe he was contacted by a sports anchor in New York.
We can tell us this.
Yeah. You tell the story, Daniel. Come, we feel excited. Phil.
Yeah. Yes. On the day I was picking out athletes, I did some research prior though, because I've been to numerous track meets, and I've been following track and field. As you guys know, I'm a huge fan. I have a whole group with some international track and field fans and past track and field athletes, journalists all over, right? A few journalists from Nationwide as well.
Yes.
But we speak about track and field a lot. So what I find is that there are different personalities that exist in track and field, personalities that are not shown on a very regular basis. Lani Taylor Thomas was one of those persons. And so when Lani ran, I knew what form she was in, and I knew that she was going to make the Olympic team, right? When she finished, I really wanted to capture the reaction, because the thing is, we were limited to capturing reactions because of the fact that we could not cover the race itself. Right? So what I did was I tried to capture as much reactions as possible and get in as much interviews as possible to showcase, as I said earlier, another side of the athlete. So I captured the reaction where her dad and her mom came and they gave her a big hug, right? They were smiling, laughing, and just enjoying and relishing the moment.
Yes.
And I captured that moment. And I posted it on Twitter, I believe. I posted it all over.
Right.
But the Twitter one was really what got the attention of NBC senior reporter, sports reporter.
Wow.
And he contacted me to utilize the video for one of his stories. I'm not sure if they're going to use it on social media, but he said that he would give me full credit and all of those stuff, and I truly appreciate it.
Yeah, and I was just saying, no. You're being very diplomatic. How did that make you feel, Daniel?
It's a big
moment.
It's a big moment, Daniel. You can't just talk about it, Sasa. Come.
Yes,
How did it make you feel?
It gives me a big encouragement to actually see that, I created content that is being requested by an international agency that I actually look up to, and I see covering big events like even the Olympics and all of those places, right? So I must also say, though, that you may also see me on your screen doing Olympic coverage in August. Because there has been a plethora of opportunities coming in because of the quality of the coverage that I provided during the national championship, and that really and truly teaches me a lesson. I think over the past 2 years, I've been loving track and field under the quiet, right? But I also love media, and I also love talking, and I also love telling stories. So I
merging
learned
those
that
all
I
together.
should start to go out there and show people what I can do, because it can definitely get me a lot of opportunities that can give me even further exposure. So that's the lesson I learned from all of this.
But big up and heartiest congratulations, Daniel. You know, I could say it was written in the stars, because every week when we bring you on here,
That's
you know,
right.
we just know say when it's the sports segment, a Daniel.
That's
but
right.
more so when it is track and field, a Daniel.
That's right.
And
That's
to
right.
see how, and you know, I thought it so important that, you know, we brought you on today to really share with our listeners and our viewers, to hear, even for us as young people, how you can merge your passions, as you rightfully mentioned just now, how you can monetize it as well, how you can pivot when the road may seem rocky, but further, how it's important to do your research. And I'm glad you mentioned that. So you're not just going out there and just doing arbitrary interviews. It's because of your research, and again, you know, research becomes even more easy or more enjoyable, especially if it's an area that you enjoy.
Right.
Because you enjoy this area so much, the research that was done helps you to just blast off now.
Right. I just want to say, Daniel, off air we need to talk about that plethora of opportunities so I can come to Paris.
You want running for the opportunities with
you. Yes.
But it's very important, those nuggets and lessons that you just left with us and with young people generally, to harness, tap into your passion, do your research, and also pivot. Because as you said, the platform was one way and it's now shifted to another way.
Yes.
But Daniel, we're here talking about your platform. Tell our listeners where they can follow and like and see more on your platform.
Okay. So guys, you can follow and like and share anywhere, any social media platform. It's Daniel O. Jarrett. Daniel O. Jarrett on all. Once you type Daniel O. Jarrett, you're going to find me.
Okay.
So any platform, Twitter, TikTok, or Instagram.
And I'm very active over TikTok, eh?
Very active.
Yes, there as well.
All right, Daniel. Thank you and all the best and congratulations on this win. And listeners, again, we never said NTV, we said NBC.
NBC America.
That's right. And that's a national broadcasting company over there in New York. And as he said, look out for his highlights of the Olympic coverage as well. So all the best to you, Daniel.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much. Damien, and big up Malik as well. And you guys are doing great over on your side as well.
Thanks. Bye,
Thank
Daniel.
you. Later.
Yeah, man.
Wow, there's just so much to talk about and discover in when we can merge our talents, our skills, and how we pivot. But we're nearly winding down, but we have to take a break. So stick and stay, don't go away. And when we come back, we'll discuss some social media highlights and wrap up this show. This is the Talk Up You Radio Show. Talk Up You, Miss Effie. Talk Up You. We'll still come back.
Upgrade your home or business with Cameron Industries and Joinery Limited. Explore a range of termite-resistant plywood, quartz, solid surface, and granite. Experience timeless elegance with our cedar doors, crafted from premium cedar stock, kiln-dried for durability and beauty. For quality and craftsmanship, visit us at the Trade Center Kingston 10 or Hatfield, Mandeville. Call 876-963-0628-30. Cameron Industries and Joinery Limited. Transform your space today.
But you hear this? JPS a talk about patience. The hurricane gone already, man.
But know it frustrating, but them have to follow specific steps before them can restore power without no more problem than with the storm cause. First thing after the storm pass, them have to assess the damage to them system so the rest of the work can be done safely. Then them fix damage to the power plant and power line them and give back power to the hospital them, police station and other essential service. Only then can JPS move to everybody else.
Fine, me can admit say that make little sense. But me no know if me can do without TikTok for much longer.
No worry about that. I have couple six love for Gio. Make we play some domino.
JPS, powering what matters.
Dreaming of a home makeover? Make it a reality with Jung Home Center. From stunning kitchen updates to vibrant backyard transformations, they have everything you need. Explore their wide range of tiles, lighting, paints, and more. With unmatched variety, service, and value, Jung Home Center's quality and style will always wow you. Visit them today at 68 Newland Road, Portmore, or follow them on Instagram at Jung Home Center. Jung Home Center, turning your home dreams into reality.
Share in the experience at Fontana Pharmacy. We have a wide variety of items in store just for you. Fill your prescriptions while you shop. And senior citizens enjoy 10% off. Shop household, cosmetics, toys, and many other departments. We also offer curbside pickup and delivery. Visit our website at fontanapharmacy.com. Fontana Pharmacy, where it's all good inside.
The following hurricane tip is brought to you by National Safety Limited. Emergency contacts. Keep a list of emergency contacts, including local emergency management offices, hospitals, family members, neighbors, and utility companies. The preceding hurricane tip was brought to you by National Safety Limited. Your safety is our concern. Telephone 876-926-4478.
This morning I woke up and I look in the mirror and every part of my body was in place. Many people died and never saw this day. So another day I live, I appreciate. Don't ever wanna act too high and mighty, cause tomorrow I can fall down on my face. So in everything, Lord, I give you praise, and that puts a smile on my face. Lord, I thank you for sunshine, thank you for rain, thank you for joy, thank you for pain. It's a beautiful day, beautiful day, beautiful day.
Welcome back to the Talk of Your Radio Show, the voice of the Jamaican youth, right here on Nationwide 90 FM. I know many of you are still in the recovery mode, but if you can hear us from wherever you are,
you have life, and it is
that's
in
right.
fact a beautiful day.
It
that
is
you
a
can
beautiful
pick up the pieces
day
and recover. So we've had such a very lovely episode talking about, building back stronger in our post-Hurricane Beryl relief efforts, discussing what our pre-preparations look like during and our post-relief efforts. And it was just a very heartwarming day, man, talking with Perry Cummings from the UE Mona Guild, and also with Andre from the Greenwich Town Youth in Action about how they are on the ground. Akeem, my apologies. So they are on the ground helping their communities, helping those in need without needing to be prodded or, promise anything. They are just taking the initiative. And I just want to say big up and hats off to all those people.
Yeah, and just to confirm that the ESC team is now underground in St. Elizabeth, but because of connectivity issues just now, I wouldn't be able to check in with them, but they have arrived and they are doing their assessment. So we just want to make mention of that.
Excellent. So, we have to big up and talk about how resilient we are as young people, as Jamaican young people, first and foremost, in helping to help us build back stronger. But apart from just having that discussion generally about us building back stronger and recovering, we also had to, showcase why our young people must be involved and engaged. Right. And, we promoted the Girls in ICT or Tech Camp that's going to be at the UWI Mona starting next week, Monday. And our own Talk Up Youth Entrepreneur Camp for our teens or young people 12 to 16 in August, on August 13 to 14. And remember, we left the information with you as to how you can register or sign up. And if you forgot, you can call us after, and we'll also post on our socials as well. And of course, how as young people, we can pivot, use our own passions and skills like Daniel, our own team member, and make big and small wins every time. So do your research, pivot. If the road gets rocky, think about how you can continue to improve, but you can emerge your passions for your own success. A quick recap though.
Yes.
Very quickly before we go, some of the things we saw happening in social media this week. So on the 5th of July, the UK, England, has a new Prime Minister. Sir Keir Starmer, leader of the Labour Party, became the Prime Minister of England. The Labour got a very convincing and whopping win of the elections. Then, as part of hurricane recovery, we know that based on the midday news as well, we heard that, I think JPS mentioned it, the Jamaica Public Service, that 62%.
Yes, 62% of their
power has been restored so far, and they're still on the ground. I know many persons have been following on their WhatsApp channel, and there's some communities, Damien, that you want to mention.
Right, so today they're in the parishes of St. Thomas, Kingston and St. Andrew, Clarendon, Westmoreland, Hanover, Manchester, St. Anne, St. Mary, Portland, and St. Catherine. Just to give you just one name, because time is going. So if you're in St. Thomas and in the South Haven area or Phillip Avenue, they're working on your area. If you're from Kingston and St. Andrew, sections of Grants Pen, Temple Mead, Andrews Pen, Chisholm Avenue, Carpenter Road,
they're coming to you.
They're coming to you. Clarendon, Manchester Avenue, Osborne Store, Clarendon Gardens, they're working on you. Westmoreland, Savlamar Hospital, Roaring River, they're also working on you for that as well.
And of course, we saw as part of hurricane recovery, to show you that Jamaica is always, in international news and international attention, we saw that King Charles III, the King of England, had a conversation with our Prime Minister this week, about what has happened on the ground and to express his sympathies and concern generally for the region in the passage of the hurricane. And CNN and Algeria, tell us about that.
Right, so I was saying that I also saw our Prime Minister as well being interviewed, speaking with the CNN team, and even for some of our local reporters here, had a big opportunity, and you'll hear about that soon as well in the international space. It just goes to show how, as a people, again, they talk about resilience, and as a media host, how resilient we are as we seek to give the world credible information as well.
Well, it is that time, David. How have we gotten here so quickly? It was just a good episode.
It was just
so
11
much
o'clock.
to discuss. So much to discuss, so much to empower. But until next time, we have to say a big thanks to our executive producer, Empress Golding, every time for conceptualizing this show and giving us this platform to share, empower, and motivate each and every one of us as members of the team and as listeners. And of course to the producer boss, who took the time not to be behind but in front with me today to host, because many of our team members are still trying to get back on their feet and recover. And of course to our studio engineer David McNeish, and on behalf of the entire Talk Up Youth radio show and the Nationwide News Network family, we want to wish for you another safe weekend, a build back stronger weekend, an empowered weekend, and until next time, this is the Talk Up Youth radio show.
And we're going to now make way for the design studio, because as we're talking about building back, we need to set back the houses together
in order.
All right, so stay tuned.
Talk Up Youth, Mr. Talk Up Youth.
See you next week.
It's a beautiful day. If you got life, then give God praise. You may not have much, but you're living day by day. You can have faith and don't want to work. Get up off that seat and put that brain to work. Hey, hey, it's a beautiful day. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Hey, it's a beautiful day.
Good health starts with proper hydration. Hydrate your body with Hydrate. Hydrate is purified natural water from rocks 110 feet below the ground. You have never tasted water so great, yet so affordable. Yes, taste and experience it for yourself. Water at its best. Hydrate. Available also as purified alkaline water and ultra-purified distilled water. Bottled by LLNSCS Limited, a subsidiary of Max Pharmaceuticals. Call 876-983-6466.
The following Hurricane Tip is brought to you by